Alright, how's it going? What I got here is, this is called a treasure tracker, but it's a Bounty Hunter Junior. And I bought this for my 3-year-old son, but I figured I'm going to run it through the test bed where I have my 30 targets and whatnot. I've got numerous videos on a lot of metal detectors. So now there isn't much to this. There's a power button and a discriminator, and that's it. And I'm going to run it with the power all the way up, and we're going to start out with discrimination about 3/4 of the way. And this first target here is going to be a 4-inch deep quarter. Now, one thing I've learned on this, if you watch the meter, if it bobs, you see it, you pretty much know you got a target there. And then next up is a 7-inch quarter. You can hear that ticking. It's hitting it. Just barely though. That's with discrimination up. And now we're going to move on down to a 10-inch deep quarter. I already know it's not going to hit that. And now a 4.5-inch deep dime. So you can hear that little tick. I can squat down there. Trust me, it is barely hitting it. 8-inch deep dime, I already know it's not going to do it. This thing's probably got, I'd say, a 6-inch limit on it, but maybe someone would get lucky. Now a 6-inch deep nickel. Same thing. I get right down there. You can barely hear it. Now I marked that down as a 0, but this is an 8-inch deep nickel. Nothing. Now we're going to move down to a copper penny 2 inches deep. And then a zinc penny 2 inches deep. Pulls that in better. Now if you turn discrimination all the way up, that's choppy. That's still nice and smooth. So it is discriminating them out. Go back down to 3/4 of the way. Now we got a 6-inch deep small silver ring. Nothing. 11-inch deep silver dollar. And a 15-inch deep brass candle holder. Not even trying it. Well, we're going to move up to a 4-inch deep bottle cap. That's 3/4 separation, or discrimination. It's trying to hit it. Now if I turned it down, it's blocking it out. And next up is a 10-cent piece with 4 rusty nails around it 4 inches away. telling you something's in there. I got discrimination 3/4 of the way up. Alright, there's a nail and a bolt right there. And as you can see, nothing. Now back to that target. It's pulling in that dime. Find that phenomenal. Now, next up is a 25-cent piece with a big rusty nail next to it. Meter's moving. This way, it don't move. Just pulling it in there. But you know what, I'm not going to give it a... I gave it a 0 for that one. Simple fact that it ain't hitting it real hard. Now, 2 pull tabs. Blocking them out. A can slaw. See, the meter's moving, that's why I did that with that 1/4 with that iron on it. Discrimination all the way up. Let's turn it all the way down. All the way back up. Probably going to end up giving that one there a point for that. 1/4 on end, 4 inches deep. See that meter going. All right, 10-cent piece, 4 inches deep with 2 rusty nails on top of it. I'm watching that meter, nothing there, but this side, it's popping. So let me know there's something there. Now a 1 cent, 5 cent, and a 10-cent piece. I got to turn this down to accept nickels. 1 cent, 5 cent, and 10-cent piece, 4 inches deep, 2 inches apart. How about that for recovery? Huh? Look at that. I don't think I can swing it any faster. That is, just blows me away. Really does. Really does. Turn discrimination back up. Now we have a 1 cent and a 10-cent piece with rusty nails, 7 rusty nails around them. Pulling that 1 cent piece out right away. Then you get the dime. Same thing. I gotta give that 2 points. I had that down as 1. Now, a foot deep 1/4. Nothing. Next up is a 22 bullet, 2.5 inches deep. It's not pulling it in. Go to all metal. Not quite. 3/4 discrimination for this next one, which is a 10-cent piece, 4 inches date, with 5 nails 2 inches above it. Again, it's trying. This is probably my hardest discrimination test in the bed right here. Just ain't gonna do it though. I don't know. No. And then a 11-inch deep dime. Now I got a 1/4 in some real hot soil. Saying it's there. But it's also saying some hot soils there too. So now we're going to move down to the small item test, which is in the air. Alright, we're going to run us a small item test with this guy now. And I'm going to have the sensitivity all the way up and discrimination turned down to all metal. And first up is a 24 karat 1 grain piece of gold, very small. It's hitting it. Actually, it's hitting it about 1.5 inches away. What the heck? Now we have 3 pieces of copper, a large one, a medium one, and a small one. And that small one's the size of the head of a pen, maybe less. Okay, this larger one is smaller than that grain of gold. Hits it pretty easy. I'm going to turn discrimination up to about halfway. It hits it. Now the medium one. About a 1/2 inch away, but it's still pulling it in. The little one, I don't think it's going to do it. Nope. Now next up, this is iron meteorite, very little iron in it. And a lot of detectors have a hard time hitting this. That iron is spaced out and are given a little bit bigger area. What? Holy. Well, if you're going to go meteorite hunting, I don't even know what to say. 4 inches, at least 3.5. It hit it. It hits that iron meteorite. Now for a stony meteorite. This thing is ultra small. It's 0.46 grams. Fell in Wisconsin in 2010. And very, very little iron. I think I've only had one metal detector hit this so far. I'm not joking. Not joking at all. Not a bit. And I wasn't in full all metal. That's like, kind of got me stumped. Little piece of crap. Well, that's the smell test. You know what? I don't even really know exactly what to say about this metal detector. other than the fact you're not going to go wrong with it. It's outdoing some of the other metal detectors that I've tested, so much so that I ended up with 35 points out of 66. And by far, it's not very deep. As you saw, it doesn't, I'd say 5-6 inches tops, but unreal for small items like that. You seen that, the gold and iron meteorite in a stony one. I haven't seen too many detectors be able to hit that. And then the other one is separation with out of iron. I mean, it's pulling coins out of iron like it should be a mid-range or more metal detector. But pretty impressive for a little, I don't know. I don't even think I got 50, probably you can get these for under $50 all day long, I do believe, but it's one hell of a metal detector for, say if you were looking for like a stud sensor even. The way it sniffs out iron is just unreal. But anyways, he ended up with 35 points out of 66 for that Bounty Hunter Junior. And trust me, like I said, you look at my other videos, a lot of them detectors aren't hitting them meteorites and that. You could take this out in California in the desert and probably find meteorites with it. And better than a lot of them. So there you go, Bounty Hunter Junior.